It is an evening of relaxation for friends and family of global rights who came together to watch Beere in commemoration of the 2023 Democracy Day in Nigeria. The play is geared to inspire increased participation in the drive for accountability from government. Beere is a stage play of courage displayed by women with an objective to resist the corrupt and unfair taxation by the then colonial government and the demand for representation in governance.
Have you seen any civilization where the people do not pay taxes? Or you think we can abolish taxes just like that?
Kábíyèsí o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, we have come diplomatically. Please, do not let us come otherwise, because our message is clear.
Very clear.
Kábíyèsí o, may you live long.
Executive Director, Global Rights, Abiodun Bayowu, who is also the writer of the play, said, Beere is a real-life experience and using the stage play is a means of telling the story effectively.
Vera is a true story. Vera is more than entertainment. It's a real story of real people who lived in this country not too long ago. It's a story of more than 10,000 women who kept the temple and held on to a protest for almost 3 years. It's the story of Mrs. Olufumilaya Ransom Kuti, and that we do not tell our stories in this country effectively. And so I decided to tell the story. The story is told from the perspective of my grandmother, who first and was at the Egba Women's Revolt, and how very integral her family was also in the revolt. And I just wanted to tell a story that tells us how far we've come as a country, and also to tell the story of the women of our country, because we often don't tell those stories. We must tell our stories as a people. And that's what I've tried to do through Bere. We must remind ourselves how far we've come. We must be proud of what we have achieved as a people. We often are not. We often complain about where we are, but not how far we've come. So, this is a celebration of how far we've come and that it will energize us for how much farther we need to go as a people. And that's what Bear is about. This story was very um, cardinal in my family's history. Our father was the Otun of the Egbas, which was pretty much the highest chieftain in Egba land, right next to the Alake who abdicated due to the women's revolt. And then my grandmother and her sisters were involved in the revolt. That was just incredible for me to learn that I had in my family someone who was alive at that time, someone whose family was also very actively involved in the politics of that season.
One of the artists highlighted some significance of the play.
It tells the importance of women in our society and the importance of our leaders and politicians staying true to the values of their office and making sure they do not oppress their people, because at the end of the day, people will rise, people will revolt, and this time it was the women. And this play tells us that whoever you think is below you or is down can stand up tomorrow and speak for themselves. The king's character is a leader that's a corrupt man, and he has lived a life of oppression, oppressing his people. Um, I think that the message is quite clear that at the end of the day, anybody that lives a life of wickedness, somehow you pay for it. You pay for it in one way or the other.
Some of the guests expressed satisfaction with the play.
I think the play has been shining a light on a lot of challenges in Nigeria, but I think it has also shown the power of women, not only now, but also generations of women who have been able to come together and achieve things by working together, by fighting, by letting their voices heard. And I think this is a tribute, not only it doesn't only shine a light on the challenges, but it's also a tribute to everyone who's working on these issues day in and day out. Even till today, of course, a lot of people are doing great work, and I think this is really a tribute and an inspiration for all of us.
It's time. Nothing about us without us. And everybody counts. Nobody knows your story better than you. Nobody knows your intersectionalities better than you. Whether you're a woman that is pregnant, or a woman that is old, or a woman that is young and broke, or a person with disability, or whatever, nobody knows your realities better than you. And so if you do not participate in governance processes, if you do not ensure that your realities are appreciated by the government, it will not be appreciated. And so nothing about us without us. For it to be a valid government that works for everybody, we must have full representation, and we can only get it if we continue engaging. Fantastic performance it's been. You can never go wrong using art to tell story. There is more need for deliberate investment in stage plays like this. I would say that the business society, the corporate social responsibility of business organizations and individuals should be directed towards improving arts, deploying arts, theater inclusive, to tell stories, whether it's paintings, whatever, to tell stories, because there's a lot many people did not know, or there's so many dots many people have not connected, but it's easier to beautifully connect these dots using the arts.
The 2023 Beere series is the third edition since its inception.
Enough! Oh yeah! My eyes are closed. Any woman here who is afraid, please, Edjo, leave now before I open my eyes. I will finish shortly. Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! You can't take it anymore! Enough is enough! You can't take it anymore! Enough is enough! 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 You can't take it anymore! Enough is enough! You can't take it anymore! Enough is enough! Enough!
Emmanuel Onu, News 24.